So tell me a bit about, what the rope's done for you then, in your journey.
Yeah, so I think the rope, it's done like many things. I think initially it was just like a fun new tool to try. And it definitely athletically gave me a lot of benefit straight away, especially for tennis. Certain patterns, like sort of alternating matadors, one-handed stuff, I really noticed it just improved like my ability to take kind of quick shots that were coming, felt more loose, more supple. But I think in terms of like more long-term and holistically, picking the rope up just before COVID, having that as like something consistent throughout COVID, when gyms were closing, there's just a lot of stuff going on at the time. Having the rope to come back to a lot really benefited me. I think most of us, we can easily just like live in our heads. We can kind of carry stuff physically, like anxiety, stress, whatever it may be. And the rope is kind of that way, almost like just discharge stuff, just to let go, to get moving. And generally, I don't know about yourself, but it's hard to think while you're flowing rope. And that's been one of the struggles with the course we've made, I think, is we can both flow well, we can both teach well. We're trying to do both at the same time is quite tough.
Yeah.
And so I find when I would flow rope, and even now, of course, you just can't think too much. And we're so bombarded, we're so stimulated, social media, commitments, work. That ability to just go outside and do some rope flow helped me massively during COVID. I think, it's just a stressful time for everyone. I was at university, there was a lot of stuff going on there. And so just that daily practice of like something that I could control, something that was consistent, and just a way to discharge. And of course, again, it kind of came hand in hand with being outdoors.
Yeah.
Bare feet on the ground, especially my parents' garden where I was for the start of COVID, even my garden back in Bristol when I was at university. And as things started to ease and the code restrictions weren't quite as tight, meeting up with people like Tim Sheaf, rolling with him, Josh Gate from Ape Nutrition, Lewis Bradshaw, all of those kind of guys in Bristol, it was something we could just go and do, just go out to the park, go down to the river. And I think it was a big benefit to me. I mean, I had like a kettlebell that I was playing a bit with in COVID. Would go for walks, but I think that level of like expression and release you get with the rope while it's moving, and it's like a dance partner, right?
Yeah.
I think it was very kind of stabilizing.
I was just going to ask why you think that was, that that you think the rope helped. What is it about the rope,
Yeah.
And you mentioned about it, you can't really think whilst you're flowing, and there seems to be a lot of research coming out, or that has been done at least, that talks about like the flow state and things like that, and what's happening in the mind when you enter this state of kind of being completely engrossed in the moment, and there's a lot of benefits tied to that, it seems.
Yeah, I think there's so much going on, especially once you learn more patterns, you can go in different directions. So you're always kind of just thinking about where you're moving, and so it's like tuning you into your body. It's like, I can go this way, I can turn out of this, I can transition here, and you obviously don't want to whip yourself, and you want to kind of have a smooth flow. So you're trying to, I think you're really kind of getting into sort of the pacing of the moves. And I think because you can't think too much, it's just forcing you like kind of into the present, into the moment. And you're just kind of being, you're just flowing. And like, how often do we really do that nowadays? It's hard to do.
Yeah. It's that freedom, isn't it, of expression?
It's that freedom of expression.
Taking it where you want it to.
If you're feeling a bit tired, you can just do a light flow. But I know, like you especially, you like quite like explosive movements, right? And then if you want to have that, you've got it. So wherever you are, you dictate the pace.
Exactly.
Which you can't do with, and not to hate on skipping, it has its place, of course, but skipping, you're always going at quite a decent intensity.
Yeah.
But I love playing around with the one-handed stuff and just gently warming up, one-handed. I played a lot around with the old way the rope, piccolo rope. I think it's kind of discontinued now, but that was my favourite rope during COVID. It's super light. You could tie knots in it to make it heavier. And it's just a dance partner. It's just that it gives you something to move with, I think one of the ways we maybe described it in the course is that it's kind of got its own orbit. It's always travelling with the cardinal laws, and you're just moving around it, and you're kind of dancing around it. And it's not tense, of course. It's like a flow. You're not dragging the rope around. You're just guiding it. You're pulling it here and there.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, the key thing is as well that there's that level of exertion and challenge, which is necessary, to get you into that flow state. If something's too easy for you, if it's just a walk in the park, you can't go there. You're not going to really enter that same state where you're completely immersed and completely concentrated. There has to be that level of challenge and exertion, which is attainable, but just slight, just within your kind of ability level and what you can achieve. And I think rope flow is really good for that, because there's really no limit to what you can train with it, and in terms of the complexity of the moves, you're free to invent your own things, your own flows, and challenge yourself as much as you like, exert yourself as much as you like. You can use it as a warm-up, as you said, in the gym, and prepare you for more athletic movements, or just use it as a workout in itself. If you guys have enjoyed this video, it'd mean a lot to us. Just like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, and for more information about our rope course, check out the link in the description. Thanks for watching.